Hello everyone. The topic of the presentation is plagiarism networks in dissertations. This presentation was prepared together with Mikhail Gelfand, Andrei Rostovtsev and Andrei Zayakin. Myself, I'm Anna Balkina. All of us were taking part in Dissernet. Dissernet is a network of journalists and researchers who search for plagiarism in PhD theses in the Russian language, written in the Russian language. These PhD theses are normally called dissertations in Russia, so that's why I mostly call them dissertations. So today we would like to present you a new type of scientific networks. Because normally scientific networks are understood as networks of citations and co-authorship, but we would like to introduce a new type of network, is a plagiarism networks. So how the text similarities were detected in different PhD thesis and how professors actually participated in the preparation of such fake dissertations. So, plagiarism is a well-known phenomenon of misconduct in scientific research. And plagiarism nowadays is analyzed mainly by surveys. So, how we can understand the level of academic misconduct? Normally by asking direct questions, do you plagiarize? But normally you don't expect to have an honest answer. In this case, you can be asked, do you know your colleagues who plagiarize? And you can get more or less uh, real estimation. But this is just estimations, but not the real level of plagiarism in scientific works. The real level of plagiarism can be detected by analysis of text similarities. But today, plagiarism detectors cannot detect all text similarities because it depends on software you use. It depends on the libraries which software has or searches for text similarities. And so the actual result of that kind of software can't reflect the real level of plagiarism. But there is the case of Russian dissertation market, which is the black market of dissertations. And today, Dissernet has detected about 10,000 plagiarized dissertations in the Russian language since 2013, and about 5,000 cases of plagiarized articles in the Russian language. And since this year, we already know about nearly 300 articles of translation plagiarism from the Russian language into English language. So why this Dissernet is so successful? Not only because the Russian higher education is very corrupted, but because of the fact we know well what are the main text donors of dissertation, so we can detect easily the text similarities. If we look at this graph, we can see that the distribution of plagiarized dissertations are mainly in social sciences like economics, education, law, or humanities like history or philosophy or philology. And also there are like medicine, and it's called in Russian technical sciences, but it's like engineering. So when we speak about plagiarism in PhD thesis, we mean extensive plagiarism. it's not just the lack of citation or several phrases plagiarism. No, it's extensive wholesale plagiarism. And here I can give you example of the dissertation of a deputy of state parliament. So here is his text, and this is the tax donor. The dissertation of a tax donor was devoted to the chocolate industry. And what the deputy did, he copied, maybe not by himself, but he copied this text, which is marked with yellow, and he changed chocolate to meat and white and black chocolate to local and imported meat. So we have here an example of violation of academic misconduct. So I would like to speak in a few words how academic degrees in Russia organized that it would be easier to present all these scientific plagiarism networks. So the academic degrees are state regulated. There are two types of degrees: candidate of sciences, which is more or less equal to a PhD, and Doctor of Sciences degree, which is equal to German, for example, habilitation. Normally, dissertations, they are accompanied by the long abstract, and this long abstract is very important for the analysis, because from long abstract it's possible to extract the supervisor and reviewers and the organization where the dissertation was defended, and also some reviewing organizations, and everything is it is within the legal framework. It's obligatory to have that kind of reviewers, and then the dissertation is defended in front of so-called dissertation council, about 15-20 members who have to vote for dissertation, and after that it is reviewed by ministerial attestation commission. But despite of the fact that the dissertation is reviewed by so many people, the detection of plagiarism by external experts is limited, because there is little access to dissertations, and only some years ago all dissertations were made online before the defense. And also there is a case of corruption in higher education and deliberate neglect of plagiarism by reviewers. So what are the methods to detect plagiarism? Is automatic comparison of texts of long abstracts, and if so, there is a script which is looking for text similarities, and if there is a text similarity, so it means that dissertation which was defended later is analyzed. So a snowball method is used for further analysis, because if we know that if a reviewer or supervisor has produced so many fake dissertations with a high probability that he or she have they both have other candidates who or PhD students who plagiarized, and also there is analysis of dissertations defended by certain professional group like school directors, rectors, and so on. And so here we come. Why networks? Because networks can show exotic scientific cooperation, not like citations or co-authorship. No, these are supervisors who produce this kind of fake dissertations, and actually they organize so-called dissertation factories. There could be exchange of texts between different universities, a so-called cross-pollination. It could be text recycling inside one university, and also repeated links between professors and different universities. So here I would like to introduce you the network of dissertations in economics. So here we have different types of nodes. So node is author of plagiarized dissertation. So this is and also the nodes are professor who was a supervisor of this dissertation of this author and the reviewers. So this is a directed graph, and there are different types of ages. So it's a supervisor and the author of plagiarized dissertation and the reviewers and the author of plagiarized dissertations. And here, just having drawing this graph, we have very big connected component of the graph, which shows the professors who are mostly involved in the production of plagiarized dissertations, and we can see some professors, for example, who produced 29, who were supervisors of or reviewers of 29 fake dissertations. And also there are some small islands of the graph. But what is important, that here just drawing this graph, we can make conclusion that fake science attracts fake science, because it could be different universities which produce such fake dissertations independently, and these reviewers and supervisors and authors are not connected. But here we can see that they are connected, and it means that those reviewers and professors who actually violate academic misconduct, they are used for this purpose in other universities. So if we calculate the out degree, we can of the nodes, we can see how many professors actually participated in the production of fake dissertations. And so here we can see the number of dissertations, and here the number of professors. So if more than 120 professors actually accompanied and produced 3 fake dissertations, and we have only one professor who produced 29 fake dissertations, but in total we have around 300 professors in Russia who accompanied 3 dissertations or more. Another case that I would like to show you is the adventures of a text. For example, here we have the text, a dissertation which was defended in 2004. Then this text was taken by another author in 2007. Then again and again, and here we can see this way of texts. And here again, so we can see that the traces of the text appear in 2011. This is another text that appeared in 2005. And so here we can see the different organizations military university, which is black, and Moscow State Region University, which is called golden, like a chair. And if it is a big sign, so it means that in this organization the text was prepared and defended. If it is a small sign on the right corner, it means this is a review organization. So we can see with this evolution of the text, we can see that one text was prepared in one organization, and then another organization was a kind of a reviewer, and so they all together used just one text and confirmed that it was original and very good, and had scientific results. Another thing that is possible to do with network analysis and fake dissertations as to analyze the types of dissertation mills in Russia. And analyzing all these kind of networks, we found three types of dissertation factory, so to say. It's a single professor mill with similar texts which were supervised by one professor, but all these texts were defended in different dissertation councils. Another case is a council-based mill with text recycling within one organization. And the third case is a reciprocal inter-university links of defenses and text recycling. So a single professor mill is shows that there are no definite links to one university. All the texts have significant text similarities, and sometimes this kind of text similarities of dozens of pages are called a kind of a scientific school, and this is just justified like that. And so here we can see the network of professor from one university which is situated in Rostov-on-Don. So here it's professor herself, and here we have her PhD students, and the colors represent the university where these students defended their dissertation. And so, for example, this case is wonderful, where we can see that her PhD student he actually took some text also somewhere, also from her dissertation, but it was defended in different organization. Then text went to other dissertations, and then this text went to other dissertations. But what is remarkable, that the colors of all these 5 dissertations are different, and it means that they defended their text in different universities, and that means that it is possible that professors don't know anything about these kind of text similarities. Another case is a university-based mill, or council-based. It means dissertation council, where there are 15 or 20 professors who vote for dissertation. So actually, this kind of a council-based mill shows that there are some main participants or organizers of this mill. And normally these kind of council-based mills, they have their own journals to publish the results of the dissertation. And so here I would like to present you the evolution of the network in Russian University of Humanities. It's a Russian State Humanitarian University. So here we have 3 types of ages. Is of PhD student and his supervisor, which is marked with black, then of a PhD candidate and a reviewer, which is marked with lime, and the text donor, which is marked with fuchsia. So we have 3 types of ages. And this is a directed graph. And so next year we have some more participants, more dissertations which were defended, and so on. And so year by year, the network is growing, and we see here, for example, some main participants, main professors who accompanied these fake dissertations. For example, Professor Sterlikov, and we can see a lot of black and lime ages, and he was one of the main organizers, and also some other professors who did it. And the third type of inter-university dissertation mills. So the peculiar feature of such dissertation mill is that there is exchange of texts between universities, exchange of reviewers and advisors between universities, and there is a training effect which we can detect by the analysis of the network, because professors who defended their dissertation in the main university, the main organizer of the network, they return to their universities and then continue the practice and build their own network of plagiarized dissertation in their local country, local region, so local university. So here, for example, we can see this is the professor, the main organizer is Professor Yegorov from GASIS, who had a lot of PhD students, and we can see, for example, that he assisted in the defense of several dissertations, for example, of this dissertation of a professor from Bashkiria. She returned to her region and started her own business of dissertation mill. The same thing is with other regions, like with Volgograd, for example. So the same thing. And here we can see another region where there is an organizer. This is the university from Czechia, and here we have that professors from different universities, they assist to some fake dissertation defenses. So here we introduced the network approach to the analysis of dissertation networks, and it's an easy way to detect different types of plagiarism networks. Thank you very much for your attention.